Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Stratego video. This is going to be another ranked game and analysis on one of my many accounts. Going to be against Grooved here. It's a bronze general. Is played about I think 130 games, a little above 500 ratio. I think about like 60% win rate or so. And yeah, so this is a pretty good game. And so yeah, let's see how this goes. So this player looks to be pretty aggressive with their captains. They're like coming down, hitting these pieces without checking if they moved because I guess this player believes that captains are expendable. So I trade off there because I don't want him to take my sergeant because judging by how he hit that scout when it didn't move, I think he would also hit that sergeant. So coming down with this, and because of how he came down here with a captain, I think this is also a captain, and yeah, it is. So, but with this captain, it can't really get much because if it goes down, it'll just hit a bomb, and if I go up and he goes left, then I'll just get it with a major. So he chooses to blow himself up on that bomb, which I am completely fine with. Now that piece coming after my lieutenant, I think that that's a major because colonels, like general marshal, don't typically come from this square. Colonels are typically come from like over here. General marshal are like these, like these two, these two, these two. So I think this is probably a major, or it's like or it's like some sort of junk. That piece is I moved up in that because he had a captain here. So I think this is a captain. And it's a major. So for a major, that's pretty interesting. So this point in the game, I am up a captain, but I'm down 2 scouts, but that doesn't really matter. So I'd say I'm winning in this game. And we exchange scouts there. And that piece, so this piece moved out, which makes you think either he's trying to like find something out with this piece, or he's trying to cover this piece. And I moved this scout out because I might want to check this piece because he might be trying to cover it. Because I'm not really sure what the point of that move is if he weren't like trying to cover that piece. So here, as you can see, he's trying to skewer this lieutenant. It's not known, but it's probably pretty obvious that that's some sort of lieutenant slash sergeant slash captain. So I decided to hit this piece, and it's a colonel. So I thought it could be a minor coming to get my bomb. This is a colonel. So at this point, so what would you do? So you know colonel here, and you know piece here. So I thought that I might want to move my general here, right? To like fork these two. But the thing is, I don't know if this could very well be the marshal. Like that's very possible. Because marshal blitzers often come down with a colonel before their marshal. So I'm thinking that this is the marshal. So I don't want to go right here. So he goes up and yeah, here I debate going right, but I just don't because again I'm pretty confident on this being the marshal as at this point in the game. So I go up with the major, I hit it, and now that's just unfortunate because I know now that I could have rushed up with my general and gotten this major for free. So that's just unfortunate, but better safe than sorry. I'm more of a conservative type player, so I don't like taking that type of risk. So this piece, I don't think this is anything good because it was trying to cover this thing, so I just don't bother with that. And it's captain, so this player, I know that he's pretty aggressive with his captains, and he's pretty risky. Like he just came down here with the captain. Maybe thinks that they're extendable pieces, but now he only has one captain and one major left, and that's really good for me because now I know if I come up with a lieutenant, say, then he'll only have 2 pieces, like 2 of these that can take it, and then anything here for lieutenant is excellent info. So I scout this because he bring this captain out to try to defend it. So I think this is probably a colonel or something, and it's just lieutenant. So I guess bringing that captain out was to try to find something, and it was not tried to try to cover this piece. But at least now we have another target. So that's always nice. And this piece, this is a front row piece. Like I'm not scared of this piece at all. I don't think it's captain because major captain that's kind of weird. And also captain. Remember this was a captain, and I don't think he would have stacked captains. So that, when that comes down, I think it's a scout probably. It could be a sergeant thing, but have I'll be very shocked if that was a captain. So I hit it with my lieutenant. And it's a scout. So that's important. It's important to like know where pieces came from because since I knew that captain came from here, like people don't typically have stacked captains. I think I double captain over here, but most people just don't have stacked captains. So now this is interesting. So his center is very open right now. We know this is a lieutenant. This was guarding a captain here, but it also came from the third row, so I don't really know what to think about this piece. But just in case this is like a major or something, well actually, so I probably shouldn't have brought this up because majors don't typically defend captains. So this is probably either like a scout or something, or it's like a colonel or something like that. So yeah, let's see what that is. He's probably gonna hit the sergeant because this guy's risky, so it's a colonel. So makes sense. Captain, colonel, it's +2. I probably should have suspected that, and I should have like moved my marshal over, but it's whatever. I mean, he can't really do much. Like he take this lieutenant, which wouldn't be the best thing in the world, and he can't really get much of a lottos over here. So I'm not very concerned about that. So he's two squaring my lieutenant, even though I have two square. So I don't really know what he's going for there. So I go down and he goes down. So here, this piece. So what do you think he's gonna do? Do you think he's trying to two square the lieutenant, or is he trying to lotto? So this was a very risky move because this is a very common spot for high pieces. This was very risky. So this is a very risky player, and he's gonna start lottoing. So it's fine that he took the lieutenant, but I'm very concerned that he'll go over here, get a scout, like two scouts, then trade. I really don't want that. So I need to make sure that I get my marshal over, and I take this colonel, like take it with the marshal, or get it to hit one of these two bombs. And this is I I don't know why I did this. This was not a good move because I should go marshal right or something to make sure his colonel doesn't escape after getting that lieutenant for free. And also this makes it so my spy is open to scouting, which is you never want your spy to be open to scouting. And though I doubt this is a scout, he still has 6 scouts left because I've only captured 2 of them. So that's good. He hits himself into this bomb. So now we're doing pretty well. We're up a colonel, up a captain. We're down 2 lieutenants and a sergeant and 2 scouts, but since we're up a colonel and a captain, we're definitely winning in this game. My only problem is that this guy is a very risky player, right? And he lottoed with the colonel, and I think a colonel it's like the worst possible piece to lotto with because the marshal in general they're typically on the different sides of the board, and they're just gonna trap your colonel. So going down there, he sealed his fate. Like marshal or general could easily just come and just like, trap in, force him to lotto. So lottoing with the colonel is like that's like the worst possible piece to lotto with. So I speed this part up because so he's just shuffling with this lieutenant in these 6 squares because he's down a colonel and a captain. Like he doesn't want to make a move. So while he does this, I just decide to move to just like organize my setup a bit more. Now we're just shuffling with this, and I speed this up because it is pretty boring. So this is the type of player who's like super aggressive, and then when they get down, they just decide to um just shuffle. And so here, you see, I brought that scout up because I thought this was a high piece because it was guarding this colonel here, but it wasn't. So there, I move my captain up and see if he goes down still, and he does. So we get the lieutenant. Now this comes out, and this piece, I don't think it's anything good. But it totally could be. So that's the colonel, and at this point, I'm like, I'm gonna lose this. I might as well find out what this is. That's always a good thing to do. So when your piece is being trapped by a piece that you know, this colonel, and a piece that you don't know, you always want to go left, or like you always want to make sure you get taken by the piece you don't know, because it's just more info. Even if it's just a major, it's still another target. So I make sure to do that. And yeah, so let's see what that is. And it's the marshal. So that was an excellent information pick up there. So I'm totally fine. I mean, learning the information of the marshal for that captain is excellent. Now, what I really want to do is charge up with sergeant, like some sort of bluff piece up here, and get his gen to get his colonel to like go down here into my gen maybe. So that's what I'm trying to do. So that's an excellent. So now he has one colonel here, and so he has his only colonel here, and he has marshal here. So after we find out this general here, then we'll have like complete info on this guy. So we're definitely in an info leak, considering that he doesn't know my marshal, he doesn't know my general or my colonel, well either colonel. So this guy has no idea where my pieces are. So I really need to use this information to my advantage. So this move, um, this is so I'm very concerned about this. So he's probably coming in for a lotto because he's like, okay, this is a bomb. That means this is probably the flag, which is true. Because this setup is fairly board readable if your opponent isn't good enough. So he might start lottoing like all over here, which would be very bad. And yeah, so it looks like he will. I just hope he's like, oh, there are a lot of moving pieces over here. Maybe I should go over here and get caught by the spy. But so yeah, I do this just as like a bluff, like, hey, this is the spy. Don't go back out. And in retrospect, this is probably a bad move because it just makes him want to lotto more. And that's just not good. So this piece, so what do you think this is? The marshal's here. I'm bluffing this as a spy. This is probably a scout, right? He still has 5 scouts. That would be completely possible. I decided to get my real spy out, and this is not good. So I can go marshal down, then I'll like get a scout and then hit this next exchange, which would be okay. It wouldn't be good, but it would be okay. But I'm worried about him hitting these back row pieces because I'm already down a couple lower pieces. Like I'm down a lieutenant and a sergeant, and I really don't want to be down another lieutenant, so that'll make this game very difficult to win. So I debate going spy left. I think I actually do. No, no. So I go marshal down here, so that now I'm like, oh, he'll auto this, and then he'll stop. So he autos that, and I'm okay with that. So I don't want to go marshal right, because then he'll just go left, and then this is bad. Like my colonel or lieutenant could get taken. So I'm just gonna hold my ground there, and he starts going down. So this is the point in the game where I'm like, this is bad, right? He's read my bombs. Probably suspects this, and maybe I don't think he suspects this, but he definitely suspects this as a bomb. And he probably thinks that no pieces over here are bombs, that is correct. So this is I'm not sure if this is like board readable. It's probably part like him board reading my setup and partly just being lucky. But yeah, he starts just lottoing all my pieces, and at this point, I'm like, oh my god. Even though I'm up a kernel and I'm up a kernel, sure, but I'm down so many of these lower pieces. So and also I'm not up a captain anymore because I used a captain to find out the marshal over here. So I'm only up a kernel. So I have to use my information advantage to somehow get this kernel. And then I'll definitely be back in the game. So that lieutenant, I just really did not like that move because now I'm down 2 lieutenants, and yes, this is very bad. I'm definitely losing. That was a bad move on my part because I'm just asking him to lotto these two now. And yeah, so he's gonna continue to lotto. This was a bit of a risky move because this totally could have been a corner flag, but that after he hit this bomb, he probably thought that none of these things were bombs over here. I need to move my curl up because this is not a popular bomb spot. And he's pretty probably just lotto it, and he lottos the corner sergeant. And at this point, so look at the scoreboard here. I'm up a colonel, but I'm down 2 lieutenants, 2 sergeants, and 2 minors, and 3 scouts. And on top of that, I can't even use this my martial information advantage. I can't even use that because I'm gonna have to go left here, and now so I'm here. I'm hoping that he thinks, oh, maybe this is a spy, and he hits this bomb here, but no. This is very bad. He allowed a lieutenant, 2 minors, like 2 scouts, something like that, and then I didn't even get his marshal out of it. So here I'm like, I'm gonna lose this game. So we trade off. And this probably wasn't that smart coming down with the gen right away, because especially I know that this is a scout. That was not a good move with the gen. So see if I can find the target over here, like a major or something for my general, but nothing. Because keep in mind, I know he's only colonel, and that means if I can find a target over here, that means this colonel can come up and take it because I highly doubt because since the marshal came from here, I highly doubt the general is any of these pieces. I think it's probably this, and the spy is probably this. So yeah, here I know that I have to find a target for my pieces, and I have to like somehow bluff them to get a colonel or major or captain, and then I'll be I'll have a possible winning point in this game. Yeah, so it'll be possible. So I moved to sergeant left here to hopefully make him think, oh, this is the general. So I'm gonna go down here and get hit by the real general. He thinks about this for a while, and that's really unfortunate, right? He doesn't believe this bluff here, and now I'm gonna have to move it back. And then he's gonna like fork these two. It's just that's just horrible. That he didn't believe that. So as I had to move back, as you saw, I debated going up because but then I thought better of it because if this is a bomb. Sure, it's good info, right? But I'm already down two sergeants. I don't want to be down three sergeants because that'll be very difficult to come back from being down three sergeants and two lieutenants and two minors. That's just not good. So I wanted to save all my lower pieces because as you can see here, I'm running out of pieces. I have two sergeants, two minors, two scouts, but then I have like one lieutenant, one captain, and that's just very bad. So yeah, I'm definitely running out of pieces here. And I think this is the gen, but I realized that I couldn't do anything anyhow because if I went down right, he would just fork me here and I'd be forced to give up this lieutenant anyhow. So I just go colonel right, and that's the gen. So that's very interesting. If you recall, the marshal came from here, the general came from here. So that is very strange. I thought it was colonel general spy, but it was marshal general. Like that's a very strange setup. The marshal general are, I think, two-thirds of the time they're on different sides, but I guess it's not 100% chance for a reason. So I'm worried about him lottoing this sergeant here, but I think since he's up so many lower pieces here, he's not gonna bother. So now I'm down three lieutenants, and that's horrible. You never want to be down like three of any piece. I mean, like being down three scouts is okay, but three of like any other piece, it's just that's just horrible to be down that much. So this is horrible. You can see his gens in my base. These have both moved. He's gonna force an exchange to generals, and that's bad. So this guy, he's doing something where it actually is kind of smart, but he's making it so we give up like a mid-range piece for information of like a high-ranking piece, but then he chooses to use the high-ranking piece to like be extremely risky, and then just force us to trade that piece off. So then we get a net loss from that. So he's trying to two-square that. And this scout has moved, so I need to move it all the way out. And I thought, well, might as well find the target over here, because if it's more marshal general, I'm thinking one of these two is probably a major or something, or captain. Here's that the spy's moved. He's right, so I know that if I go right, he's just gonna go right with the spy, and then I have to trade. And this captain has moved, the spy has moved, the sergeant has moved, so I have to trade off here. And that's just horrible. Because now he's going to be able. So yeah, I trade off there, and now he can just come down with this colonel because he knows that isn't my general. Now he can just trade these off, and now I'll only have one colonel. So this is a horrible situation now. So he's going to trade off. I can't prevent it because again, if I go over to like here, he's just gonna hit all these pieces over here, and that's just but I can't have that. So I'll pause. So if you take a look at the scoreboard here, this is not good, right? My colonel is super obvious. I should have moved out like a scout or something first, but this colonel's obvious. So I'm up a colonel, but it's super obvious, and you can easily avoid it. And I'm down three lieutenants, down two sergeants, down two minors, and down two scouts. And that's apparent because as you can see, he has so many more pieces than I do. So I'm like running very low on pieces in this game. So at this point, I'm debating surrendering here. I'm like, there's no way I can win this game. And this makes it even worse, right? This is a major. This captain's gone. I know I can save it though. And there, I should have gone captain up because then I could be on the diagonal, but I didn't. I'm just hoping he doesn't remember this, or this isn't a major. If it is, then I'm not doing so well. So we exchanged scouts there, And I should have moved Colonel, like I should have moved my Colonel to the left or something because this is an obvious scout. He's gonna confirm my Colonel, and then this is gonna be. It's just not gonna be. I'm gonna be in a very bad spot in this game because now he can just he can just trade majors, and he still has 4 minors left. So now he can just like trade majors and just trade down the line and all the Colonel to 3 lieutenants, and that's just that's just not gonna work out for me. So that piece I suspect is a scout. I can't really do much about it. And he scouts the sergeant, so that was interesting. I don't know why he scouted this because his colonel was here. I moved it next to the colonel, and he didn't go left, which tells me that he didn't think that this was anything good. So I don't really know why he scouted it. Maybe that was a colonel coming to exchange. I don't know. Now this piece, it's probably a minor. He's probably like, okay, bomb, 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 bomb. The minor can come down and get the flag. So I'm hoping that. So if this is a piece that's not a minor, like if this is a sergeant, lieutenant, captain, major, I basically lose because I'm gonna have to hit this with my sergeant. Because if it is minor, it can get the flag. But if this is something higher than a sergeant, I'll be down 3 sergeants and 3 lieutenants, which is digging myself in an even bigger hole than I had before. So thank goodness it's a minor. So he still has 3 more minors after this one, but at least now if by some miracle I can get the other 3 minors, then I can draw with this colonel. So that's what I'm going for. But the issue is, even though I got the minor, like I got the minor, sure, but now this sergeant, it's another target for as many high pieces. And so now I have 2 sergeants, 2 known sergeants that are targets. Also, this captain that's moved, this spy has moved. So I have a lot of targets here, and my colonel can only defend so many pieces. And now also, here is making me make a decision, right? Is it a minor? Is it not? But let's be honest. Do you really think this is a minor? Like, he had minor here. I'm pretty sure he also had minor here. He's not gonna have another minor here. Like, that would just be very weird. So that was a blunder, moving this major out, because now he knows like almost all of my moving pieces, right? Like all my highest ranking pieces. He knows all of them. Well, he doesn't know like what they are, but he knows that they've all moved. So he's left. She should have gone down to make it look like, oh, hey, I'm a minor. If you don't hit me, I'm gonna get the flag. But he went right, which makes it obvious that this is nothing. I mean, this is not this is probably a major or something, but this is definitely not a minor. So I try to bluff the spy as being something good, and he buys it. So I'm like, okay, that's great. He thinks about it, but he continues to buy like, oh, this is the colonel. So now what I'm thinking is, hey, I might be able to bring my spy up around here and get him to run into my colonel. But then he does this. Now I should have recognized when he did this. This is obviously a major, right? It's either a major. It's actually probably more likely to be a scout because if he thinks that this is my colonel, he wouldn't just do that with a major. But I hit it with my major, and it's actually a spy. I actually forgot that, but um, yeah, but that probably makes him think that this is not my colonel because I would have just hit it with the colonel in case it was a major or something. So now he hit 2 squares my sergeant. I'm just hoping that I can bring my spy up here, chase him back to here, and take him with my colonel. That's my only hope at this point because my colonel still isn't known. So I put my plan into action. I chase him around here. Keep chasing him. Now this was probably a bad bluff now that I think about it because if this was my colonel, say, then I wouldn't be stupid enough to make him to go down here because then he could just plow through like all this stuff and exchange meters. So thinking about this, it wasn't a very good bluff. And okay, this is garbage. This minor scout sergeant maybe. That's nothing of value. So yeah, he calls that bluff. It wasn't a very good bluff now that I think about it. I think while I was playing it, I was really mad because he got my one chance of winning. Just to make matters even worse, he scouts my kernel, and now that this is just my kernel's known, my major's known, both my sergeants are known. So I don't really know what I can do at this point. I have to just extremely like play extreme defense and just hope that I can get something good out of it. So that's I did not mean to do that. Hold on. Okay. So we know that this is a scout now because it moved two spaces. So if I can get that, then at least I can start bleeding his pieces because then he'll have miners as his lowest piece. So I guess that'll be good. So I can trap his scout now. It is that I don't really know why because these are both known anyhow. So if I were him, I would have spent that moving his major up or something of the sort. But we get a scout back, so yeah, I signal here how he doesn't really have, and he doesn't have any scouts left. So, but the problem is lower pieces are typically used to like find out higher ranking pieces. But since my higher ranking pieces are already known, he doesn't really need lower ranking pieces for anything. So now so now here as you can see he's bringing his major over, and I'm scrambling to get this sergeant and this captain on the diagonal because I really don't want him. The last thing I want is for him to force an exchange of majors, and then I'll just not win. Like I'll just be I'll basically lose the game. So yeah, I'm making sure that everything's defended, and I can't let him exchange because if we exchange, then a colonel to three lieutenants that's not gonna work. So I'm hoping, hey, like a lot of this corner bomb, right? But he's up by so much right now because of lottoing. But he's up by so much that why would he lotto? He doesn't need to lotto to get back into this game because he's not down. And that makes sense. That was the right call on his part. So here I'd start shuffling with that sergeant because like I can't do anything. I can't go into offense or then he'll just go major minor and get my flag. And if I go into offense with the major, he'll just play defense with the major and then force a trade of majors. So yeah, here I'm just like I don't really know what to do. Now right now he should be bringing down a captain and threatening these sergeants and this captain because my colonel's known, my major's known, and if he brings a captain down and threatens these sergeants, then my major will, I mean my colonel will have to be stationed next to both of them to defend them, and then he'll just be able to come down with his major and then just come down and take because my colonel can't defend like all three of these pieces. So he'll be able to get at least one of them, which will make the game like easier for him to win. So I don't know why he's not doing that. Maybe he's worried about it being trapped by my major and colonel. That's probably why he's not doing that. So I can't exchange majors. That'll just make me lose the game. I don't have much hope, but exchanging majors is like the last thing I want to do. So here it's just more shuffling. I'll just speed this up. Okay. Oh, and look at this. He moves a different piece. So I know that at worst this is a minor, but at this point the minors are one of the most valuable pieces because if I get them all off the board, then I can draw. So here I know that if I do some good piece maneuvering, I'll be able to take this. But the last thing I want to do is trade off majors, so I need to somehow take it by trapping it with a colonel and major while he is major in defense, while trying to avoid exchanging majors. And also on top of that, I still have to defend all three of these pieces. So this is the problem right now. If I try to trap a piece, his major will just come down and threaten these three, and I have to get them all on the diagonal. And so this part in the game, this is a very important lesson on why you need to know the two square rule, and you'll see why later. So yeah, like I'm going to trap this piece, and I think I can trap it. So I know I need to bring my kernel up. I mean, in order to trap it, of course. He's thinking he's probably like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get this piece trapped. So so he does a move that I find pretty interesting. So he does this. So this tells me that this piece it's not a captain and it's probably not a lieutenant. So it's probably a sergeant or a minor. So it's offering me this piece to trade majors, but I know that to trade majors I'm gonna need a captain. Um, and if I don't get it, and this is obviously not a captain because he wouldn't just do that. Like I don't think he's that desperate to trade majors, but doing this tells me it's a sergeant or a minor. Like it's not a captain. So here I'm just trying to like maneuver my piece to somehow exchange. I mean, sorry, to not exchange, but somehow avoid exchanging majors while still trapping this piece. So this is the part in the game where 2 square becomes very important. Because this captain, sergeant, and sergeant, these have all moved with the 2 sergeants being known. Oh yeah, and here's an error right here. This is the 3 square shuffle, but I do that. And this, I should have gone up there because now I'm stuck in the two square rule, so now I have to go over one more, and then now I can start to continue doing the 3 square shuffle. So this is the part in the game where 2 square is very important. So as you can see, I go captain right, and this is because if he goes down here, I'm safe because I'm on the diagonal. And then now I need to start working on getting these 2 sergeants on the diagonal as well, so then he can't capture anything with that major. It's coming down. I need to get the sergeant to the edge of the board. Need to get this one here because, so yeah, I'm just I'm getting all my pieces on the diagonal here. And here I got to go left with this sergeant, just to make sure that everything's on the diagonal and you can't capture anything. This is important because if you don't know the 2 square rule here, then it's gonna be you're not gonna be able to save all of your pieces. Now here I'm very worried that like oh he might have a captain in like one of these 5 pieces might be a captain. You may make him down here take this sergeant. That's just bad. So he went up here trying to be sneaky and to square this captain, but I'm not having it. He was right here trying to square the sergeant, and now I know that I'm gonna be able to trap this piece. He should be taking this time to come down with a captain or something to see if he can trap my sergeants because my major and my colonel are currently out of play because I'm working on trapping that piece. That's the problem. In this current game, I can't like it's hard to trap a piece because then my other pieces are very vulnerable. So I don't really know what he's doing now. He's kind of just stalling. But he should really be bringing down a high ranking piece to trap my pieces. Who knows? Maybe all those high ranking pieces are over here and my major's pinning them. That's very well possible. I'm worried right now he's in a lot of the scout. I don't think he will though, because he's up obviously. So so I'm gonna be able to take this. So it's a minor. So that's excellent. That's better than a sergeant because if I got all the minors then I can draw. So he only has 2 minors left. So now I'm thinking, okay, this is possible. I could possibly draw. So he's just trying to 2 square me. It's not gonna work because I know 2 square. I know the 2 square rule. It's very important to know it. Okay, now that I don't I don't understand this move at all because this is major like this and this kernel is known. So maybe he thought that like I shuffled here and maybe he thought this was my kernel or this was my kernel, but I don't know what he was thinking here. Like he clearly had the advantage. Maybe he was like tired and he had to go to sleep and he just wanted to end the game, or maybe he like just completely forgot what this was. But I'm guessing he thought that this was the major. But that was quite a blunder. So now I have the advantage, right? I'm up a kernel. I'm up a major. I could still totally lose because I'm down so many smaller pieces that he could probably just come down with like a ton of lower pieces and then just like make me guess on which ones are minors and then potentially get my flag. But so he totally could still win this game. But it's going to be much harder for him now that he messed up. So as you can see, he's 77 and 60, so 137 games played, 55% ratio. So this guy's pretty good ratio actually. And I'm very surprised that he's lower with that record because people who have that record, this yeah, this does not look like a lottery record at all. But this guy's a total lottery. So I skip around a little bit because I'm sorry, I edited this part out because he lost like two and a half minutes of buffer. So here I think he's gonna leave, right? Like after that that was a horrible blunder. Like I had no business winning this game, but I I will win it because of that Colonel blunder. I don't think he had any business winning the game either, to be honest, because he just lottoed. So I don't know why he waited like over 2 minutes and 30 seconds to move this piece. Maybe he's hoping that I'm like I left or something and that he's gonna win a buffer or something. So I kind of like mess around with him. So I'm still here, but I'm just going into my buffer to make him think that like, oh yeah, I definitely left and now you're gonna win from buffer or something. But I'm still there. So yeah, but he could totally still win this game. So now I don't really know I don't really know what he's trying to do. Maybe he's just gonna leave again because his plan didn't work. So now he's like, I don't know why he waited 15 seconds to move his piece. Maybe he's just like I'm trying to waste my time because he knows that he's lost and he's not very happy about how he lost. So I don't know. I doubt this is like 15-second abuse. I mean it might be. I have no clue. I don't think it's large enough sample size, but it's whatever. So yeah, this player, I don't think he was very happy about losing that major because he's just kind of wasting my time now. He didn't do it for that many moves, so that was good. Yeah, I'm just gonna trap that piece. His buffer time is gonna run out. Yeah, I tell him GG. So yeah, that was yeah, that's very interesting. It just shows that you don't want to give up because you can still win if you're down. Now, granted, this guy was like a gold or platinum player. Probably could have easily beat me because he could have probably found a way to trade majors or bring down like a captain. But the problem was, I think his problem in the end game was he only moved that major, and that was not the right call. So yeah, that's the lesson that you should never quit in Stratego if you think that there's still a chance that you can win. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.